Welcome back, everyone. I can tell you firsthand that the Rotary in Saratoga is really an incredible organization. I've spoken at the lunches a couple of times and got to know a bunch of the members over the years. And about 2 years ago, we became aware that there was an organization, the Rotary Education Foundation, kind of separate from the Rotary Club, but dedicated to raising money to award scholarships to deserving students. And believe it or not, the 17th annual brunch is coming up. And joining me today are two of the president of the foundation and the secretary of the foundation, Greg Grieco and Don McPherson. So welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. We appreciate you having us.
Very nice to have you here. 17 years in running, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was a lofty goal
like
when
yesterday.
It started, right?
It was.
Give me a bit of background.
So the foundation was started in the late 90s, and our original was we used to give out savings bonds, $50 savings bonds. And over the time we built our endowment up. We've held this event now our 17th year to where we're giving out roughly $54,000 this year to approximately 12 students.
Wow, that is, do the math on that one and you realize this is quite an honor. When did you get involved, Don?
I started in 2008.
Oh, you did? Why?
Well, I'd finished a year as president of the Rotary Club and wanted to get more involved with the foundation. So then without the presidential responsibilities, there was a little bit more time.
Yeah, sure.
Then I could still be involved with Rotary, but then the foundation side.
I think you were telling me 2008. Is
Yes.
that when you got involved in the foundation?
That's right.
And you got a couple of years on him.
I do.
You do.
I started
2006.
2006.
Why'd
yeah.
you get involved?
I have a family of educators. My mother was now she's retired physical education teacher for one of the public schools. And so I have a passion for education as well as, honestly, I'm seeing the cost of education now going up, and I'll soon have kids going off to college. So it was a passion of mine. It's been a family thing, too.
So when your kids go off to college, hot dogs and
For me.
and water for dinner. What's for dinner? What's for dinner, hon? So the annual brunch is coming up this Sunday.
Correct.
That's correct.
Correct, at City Center in Saratoga.
Yep.
Yes.
The
second floor, great view from the windows up there.
Great.
It's a great venue.
Oh, that is a nice view up
Nice
there on
fall,
the second
too.
floor.
It's beautiful. It's usually a little chilly out, and it's nice to be looking at the foliage.
So tell me what's going on at the brunch.
So what we do is we have it's a brunch, starts approximately 11:30 till about 2. And what we do is each year we honor a community member. We try and also include a educator, somebody who's passionate about education. So this year is no different. So we have that, as well as we also have former award winners that we invite back just to talk about how it's impacted them. And then we end with as I mentioned to you earlier, the Dynamics, who's the Skidmore a cappella group.
Oh, anybody that knows the Dynamics, they'll knock your head off. They're really good. I want to cycle back. I think it's wonderful when he was talking about a past recipient, a student who has benefited from one of these scholarships, comes back and lets everybody know how his or her life was impacted by the scholarship. Who are the honorees this year?
Well, we have three, really. The two main honorees are Skidmore President Philip Glotzbach and the Franklin Community Center, as well as their director, Carrie Cushing, are the main honorees. Plus, the foundation wants to reach out and show some acknowledgement to one of our founding members, Florence and Drayson.
She was very involved from the very beginning, right?
That's right.
Weren't you telling me that?
Yep.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Obviously, if you're picking the president of Skidmore, something to do with education, correct? Why Franklin Community Center?
Well, because of their longtime presence in the community, helping everybody who needs a hand.
Yes, that's right.
A very broad base of users of their services, and Carrie herself also has brought a good energy to the organization. So the Franklin Community Center has been there for a long time, and under Carrie's leadership has, I think, stepped up some of the services they've provided.
You know, I'll second that. We do a lot of work with Franklin Community Center, and it's an amazing organization. It's a really vibrant organization and helps a lot of people in the community in a lot of different areas. Tell me about Florence.
Florence was one of the founding members and has been a pillar of growing this organization from, as I mentioned to you earlier, those $50 savings bonds to where we're at now, where we're giving away $54,000. On average, the past few years, it's been in the $50,000 range.
Wow.
And so she helped found it, this brunch. I used to sit at tables with her, just lists, getting names out the door, just to invite folks along. So she has just been passionate about education. She's a former educator as well, and has grown this thing from nothing to where we're at today.
Got it. So the 17th annual one is coming up this Sunday, which is the 30th. My God, it's the end of the month already.
I know.
What happened to this month? Politics, politics, politics. That's what happened this month. But this Sunday, 11:30, it's the place to be every year. I know this from a number of people in town. And the opportunity to go in there and pop down like $75. If you can't make it, by the way, there's a website, Saratoga Springs Scholarships, plural.org. I'll give that to you one more time. Saratoga Springs Scholarships.org. So if you can't make it, contribute to it. There is one of the awards, a presidential award, that one of the students receives $20,000. Think about the dent that makes in their continuing education. And then they raise a total of over $50,000 a year, which is distributed to up to 12 deserving students.
That's right.
I think that's amazing. Boy, I told you the Rotary was active. And also the Rotary Club itself, you were mentioning to me, is one of the they donate as well, correct?
That's right.
They do.
Yes,
They do.
okay.
They're actually one of our largest donors from their own home show. The proceeds of that help out us with giving out scholarships. We are separate from them.
That's right.
However, they do, the process is we raise the funds, and then they'll actually go through in April all the applicants, and they'll make the selections.
Well, how comforting, a foundation that actually does what it's supposed to do. That's pretty funny, don't you think?
Yeah, it was funny.
Don, thank you for coming in. Great to
Jesse.
see you
Thank
again.
you for having us
And
again.
don't forget, this Sunday, the 30th, it's a Rotary Education Foundation brunch at City Center right here in downtown Saratoga. Thanks, guys.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.